So SpaceX is about to do the largest IPO in history, and a lot of people are excited about it, but I don't think that people really understand what is happening and how this IPO is going to affect literally almost every single human on this planet. And a good amount of humans are going to be investing in SpaceX, and they did not choose to do it. They're just going to wake up and one day they'll be invested in it. And I know your face is like, how? I want to explain how, but I also want to explain some major structural changes with public markets that is coming ahead that will affect SpaceX IPO and thus you. And you need to know about this. They are banking on you not knowing about this. And I also want to talk about some of the things that I found in their S1. We'll talk about what the S1 is in a minute. Some of these things about the company that I think they're doing utterly wrong. And I want to talk about how everyday people can take advantage of it. So first of all, SpaceX is doing the largest IPO in history. Let me give you some numbers around this to put it in context. This IPO, they're trying to raise between 75 and 80 billion dollars. They are probably going to raise it because so many people are so in love with Elon that they will just happily give them their money. And this will value the company at between 1.75 trillion and $2 trillion. Let me give you some context about the next size IPO, the current record holder. It's a company called Saudi Aramco. In 2019, they raised a little under $30 billion with a similar valuation. Okay, so the IPO, the size of the IPO is larger because remember, Elon is raising 80 billion and Saudi Aramco raised a little under 30 billion, right? Now, this is a great segue to help me explain to you the major rule changes, but you have to understand some context. The ratio of the amount of shares that's going to go to public, the $80 billion over the total valuation is somewhere around 4 to 5%. That 4 to 5% is called float. With Saudi Aramco, they were around about a little over 1%, between 1 and 2%. This 5% float is really important because, first of all, you need to understand the 5% float represents the amount of shares publicly. So what that means, if you hear there's a 5% float, that means that 5% of the total company's valuation is available publicly on public stock markets. All right. The other 95% is not available. It's private. It's usually held by execs, early seed investors, just people who privately hold the company